Go ahead, Charlie.
Hey DJ, just coming off this game and through the first six games, where do you think the pass rush has been?
Can you repeat that? I didn't hear you. My bad.
Oh, you're good. Just coming off this last game and through the midway point of the season, where do you think the pass rush has been at, just in terms of a production standpoint?
It definitely needs to improve. I feel like it started off pretty well in the first couple of games, and they kind of spiraled downward. But yeah, it needs to improve. It's not good enough.
Michael.
Yeah, the first half seemed like Texas A&M was moving the ball pretty well, and then after halftime, you guys stopped in 4 straight possessions. What changed from the beginning of the game to the beginning part of the second half?
Honestly, we got hit in the mouth, and coach and some of the players, kind of put everything on the table at halftime. We kind of picked it up, but it shouldn't have even been like that in the first place. So, but yeah, we just kind of got more things figured out that should have been figured out in the beginning of the game.
Stephen.
DJ, when Coach Saban talks about never wasting this opportunity, trying to learn from this, what does that look like to you when not wasting this moment?
I feel like it started with just preparation. We should have never been in that situation in the first place. It started on Monday, carried over to Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, just from a lack of preparation. But he said it before it even happened that, we was going to get hit in the mouth if we, prepare the way we're preparing. So, yeah.
Nick.
Hey, DJ, what are some of the specific challenges to defending an offense like Mississippi State's air raid offense?
Pass rush is going to play a big factor because, they pass the ball a lot. So we have to, affect the quarterback. And if we can't do that, then it can be a long day for us as a defense.
Jeff.
TJ, usually it's Alabama who hits the other team in the mouth first. What kind of statement does this team want to make on Saturday?
It's going to make a huge statement. I feel like it should. I feel like a lot of guys, it should have opened their eyes, from that game. And I feel like now we have a point to prove because, everybody wants to beat us and everybody probably feel like they can beat us now because of what we put on film and, how we played.
Mike.
Yeah, DJ, you mentioned kind of seeing it during the week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, just being in your third year now. Do you notice that in the moment and what makes a bad practice versus a good practice to you?
I feel like the way you approach the practice is everything. If you look at it like it's going to be bad, long, hot, then that's the way you're going to practice. I feel like, people's mindset wasn't there in the beginning of the week, and it showed on Saturday. So I feel like you got to approach it with, energy or as a day to get better and a way to get better.
Well, DJ, kind of bouncing off that, how do you think, I know it's still early in the week, but how did practice go yesterday? How is the team looking and preparing this week?
I feel like the last game kind of opened everyone's eyes, and I feel like now people see like you can't do that and then expect to come out and on top when you play in these good teams. So yesterday was well, and we just have to carry it over until today.
Charlie.
Yeah, yesterday, Will Anderson said that he thinks it's important for the outside linebackers, the defensive linemen, the guys in the defensive front to sit down and watch film together so they can stay in the right pass rush lanes and everything like that. Communication would be better. Do you think that would be beneficial? Has that been a point of emphasis? Just what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, he's 100% right. It's about rushing together, and as a unit, you have to rush collectively to be successful to rush the passer. If one person is doing his job and that person next to him not doing his job, then you won't get the outcome that you want to get. So I feel like that's very important, and we do need to do that.
Michael.
Too, if I could you further expand upon that the halftime discussion? Who was leading that? What was that moment like, and what did it mean to the team?
It was a couple of different guys who said something. Phil maybe said a couple of things. Will maybe said a couple of things. I talked to some of our guys, but it was just, I feel like it was an eye opener for a lot of guys who haven't been in that situation before. We haven't played from behind really in a while, so I feel like it just opened everyone's eyes and made people realize, that how you prepare is everything.
And how the leadership on this team, how is it compared to the teams you've been on in the past, and how vocal are people in those moments?
The leadership is good. I feel like we have a great group of guys on the leadership. I just feel like more people should, just follow in their footsteps and just listen to what they're saying, because a lot of guys have already been in their shoes before. So I just feel like now it's just match leaders and, follow them.
Thank you, DJ. Slade Bolden will be next.
Hey everybody, how y'all doing?
All right, we'll start with Michael.
Hey Slade, just talking to DJ and some guys yesterday, it sounded like halftime was a pretty heated moment, maybe emotional in College Station. Can you describe that moment? And have you had moments like that in the past in this team, in this program, where there was a moment like that where we're such in a highly charged environment?
Yeah, we've been through some adversity in the past ever since I've been here. I know there's been times where we've had to go through certain situations like that. And we came in the locker room, we kind of knew that the way we played in that first half and even in the rest of the game was just not to our standard and not to what we expect out of ourselves and as a team. So we, try to come together as best we can to improve on that and to finally meet our standard, which I still think we need to improve on.
Nick.
Hey Slade, as for your position or anyone who's catching passes, are drops something that can be fixed in practice, or how do you guys go about improving when there are drops?
Drops, it's definitely a repetition thing. It can also be, just having confidence in your hands. But doing that, building confidence takes repetition and, as getting on the jugs or catching extra balls after practice and just working on different, skilled hand work. There's definitely things that you can to improve confidence, also improve the way you catch a ball. So, yeah, there are definitely ways to improve on catching.
Charlie.
Hey Slade, Jameson is coming off of a big game performance-wise. Just what kind of spark has he provided you guys offensively and from a receiver standpoint?
Jameson coming over was definitely a big attribute to our offense. Very fast guy, obviously knows the offense very well, plays hard, plays fast, and has good hands, and he has everything he wants as a receiver. So definitely helps as an offense, having another skill guy and have another target to hit for Bryce.
Jeff.
So like DJ mentioned, there were probably a lot of teams out there judging from the film you guys have put out, especially in the last two road games, that feel like they can beat you. What kind of statement does this team to make on Saturday in Starkville?
Well, it all starts today. All starts today at practice, getting back to our mindset and getting back to the Bama standard that we want to reach, whether, that's working hard every day, putting in the right effort, knowing the game plan. And if we do that willingly, knowing that we are able to reach that standard, I think we'll be able to prove to everybody what kind of team we are in the right way.
Mike.
Yeah, Slade, when things weren't going well there in the first half, you're down by 14 on the road. What was it like on the sideline, and who are the voices, whether it's coaches or players, that you're kind of listening to at that point?
I think there's a handful of guys that we're kind of going around trying to not only keep each other up, but also making sure that we stayed on the task at hand and staying focused, and not letting a few mistakes or a few mishaps in the game lead to something even worse. So there's a handful of guys, offensively and defensively going around, and just making sure that we all stay calm, stay focused, and continue to play the game.
Tony.
Yes, Slade, we saw Christian Leary kind of working with the running backs. As somebody that worked with him as a receiver, what does he offer at that position? And then also as a receiver who's kind of has experience in the backfield, did you give him any advice or how to do anything over there?
Well, I'm letting Coach Gillespie do that part. He's done a good job so far. But yeah, Christian definitely brings a quickness. He has good ball skills. I never got to really see much in high school, but based off what I've experienced from him playing a receiver, I think he kind of brings a quick scat back type of player to the running back position.
Stephen.
Slade, despite all that went on against A&M, there was a huge moment on special teams. Ja'Cory Brooks blocking a punt there. You, of course, being a special teams guy, seeing a young guy do that, how much excitement does that bring you, seeing the freshman go out to block that punt?
Yeah, I was very excited. I think the whole team was excited, not only for him, but also just a big momentum shifter for us. It allowed us to, get points back on the board, and also, just bring some momentum towards our sideline. And it was a very big play. And, we were very, very excited and very happy that it was to happen.
Michael.
Yeah, a lot of talk about halftime after the game. What have you seen since Saturday night, since you guys got back to Tuscaloosa? How's the mentality looked? Practice, film, everything?
I think we're just more intent on focusing on our job and kind of looking at yourself in the mirror and kind of realizing, what it may take. You can motivate, you can talk about as much as you want, but it's really, self-motivation that's going to get you to where you need to do. And that's whether that's playing with effort, knowing your plays, knowing the scheme for the game, and also just doing the little things right. Whether that's going to class, showing up to meetings on time, and being respectful in any manner. And I think we all had to come to realization that we need to do a better job of that.
Charlie.
We're halfway through the season now. Just what have you thought of the way that Bryce has led the offense and the way that he's performed through the first half of the season?
I think Bryce has done a great job so far. He's becoming a good leader for us on offense. He's very smart with the ball, makes great plays, finds his receivers, does a good job of checking with O-line and make sure everybody's in the right position at the right time. And I think he'll continue to do that. And I have all confidence and faith in him.
Thank you, Slade.
Thank you all. You have a blessed one.
Emil Ekior will be next.